כל השנה הלכות בכל יום מבטח לא תשורו בן ערובה, בעזרת השם. We're learning the two mitzvot today. We'll be discussing two mitzvot deoraita, mitzvot number 523, where we are prohibited to finish judgment on one witness, meaning one witness who comes and tells us a crime has been committed. There's a prohibition in the Torah, midoraita, to trust him. Now, some also include in that Lashon Hara. One witness.
But regular court today, I think
today courts are nothing to do with Torah. They don't care about anything. It's all false today anyway. Mitzvah number 524. We're also obligated to punish witnesses who came, not one witness, it has to be two witnesses, who came and tried to get a Jew punished for something, or to take money out of a Jew for something. So that's called in the Mitzvah Deoraita, 524. We have actually an obligation to go ahead and punish those witnesses the same as they try to afflict. 524, yeah. So B'ezrat Hashem, the Mitzvot are sponsored today. L'rfuah shlema, l'nishmat? Yeah, but l'nishmat, no, yeah. L'nishmat Aaron ben Abba. משה, בעזרת השם, וגם לרפואה שלמה לכל חולי עמו ישראל, וגם לחיה בת לאה, יוסף חיים במפרד, רפואה שלמה, ויעקב בן רחל, בעזרת השם. Alright, let's start there. Mitzvah number 523. שלא לחתוך הדין על פי עד אחד. We are prohibited to close a judgment according to one witness. We're not allowed to punish a person who deserves to be punished. And also, we're not allowed to take out money from an individual. One person testifying. If one person testifying, that will be a prohibition. Mitzvah number 523, that we're not allowed to enact it. ואפילו הוא בתכלית הכשרות והחכמה או אפילו נביא. Even he is, Rav Ovadia Yosef, even if a person, it doesn't matter who the witness is, even he is a prophet, Eliyahu Navi comes and tells you, this is the testimony, this is what I saw, you don't trust him, you don't believe him. We don't act on his testimony. ועל זה נאמר, as it says in Dvarim, Chapter 19, Pasuk 15, Lo yakum ed echad be'ish. It says over there, Lechol avon or lechol chatad. There shall not rise of one witness in order to punish an individual in any instance, any sin. B'shoshei mitzvah, we know what's the reason of this mitzvah. What? Lefishi yetzer lev adam ra. Ulofamim yale belibo tina al chavero. And therefore, a person, we know that people are always constantly have the tilting to do something evil. The tilting, that's why Yetzer Hara doesn't have to work so hard. So people, I used to have a children's program, Tehillim children's program in Lakewood. 253 children used to finish in 2 minutes the whole Sefer Tehillim. I have this program.
I don't know how many of those I
In 7 months, I devised a plan. What is the plan? The plan is very simple. There are 2,527 psukim in Sefer Tehillim. So what did I do? I designed a program, and I made with a graphic designer. We split the whole Tehillim into 10 psukim. 10 psukim. And so now you have 5,230. That's 527 plus 3 psukim from the beginning. So then I got the whole community. We had 253 kids from ages 6 to 11, so 12. And we give out the card to each child, printed a card. Each child had a card. On it, there is a number to call. And every time they read it, they come back from school. 2 minutes. That's all. They have 10 psukim. The same 10 psukim every day. And in 2 minutes, you have 253 children complete this whole Sefer Tehillim. In Shamayim, by the way, they don't consider that as one Tehillim. They consider that as 253 Sefer Tehillim. Each child gets a reward. Ki'ilu, they completed the entire Sefer Tehillim. As we know from the parasha of the Nasiim, all 12 of them made it Akamat HaMishkan, and each one got a reward for the whole Mishkan, even though each one only did 1/12 of the portion. Okay? Now, so what did I do to these kids? I spoiled them like crazy. Ice cream, chocolates, raffles. We had 45 raffles a month. Balagan. Every week there's raffles. Every month there's raffles. Baruch Hashem, I gave them cash. Somebody calls me up. Rabbi, why are you paying these kids to say Tehillim? I said, I'm not. First of all, that's an enticement. They go to buy Sfarim, ice cream, whatever they want, right? Toys. I used to give them a credit card, like a gift card, toys. One parent calls me up one time. Rabbi, I have to pull out my kids from you. Why? You're giving them too much. Ice cream now. In the summertime, I had a plan to bring an ice cream truck. So what happens is every week they call in, the whole week. Whoever calls in the whole week comes out, fills out a sheet. They used to get a sheet from me. They can bring in the sheet. Besides all the raffles and all this thing, on Friday there will be a truck coming by with ice cream. And get an ice cream. You give the truck the sheet that you filled it out, and you get ice cream, a cone of ice cream. So a parent calls me up, Rabbi, you're too much spoiling my kids. I can't be part of it. I can't allow my kids to continue this. I said, you don't understand? The Eitzer Hara is so good. The Goyim, everything is free. Today, if you want to try, go buy a flip phone. The smartphone's free. Every smartphone is free. The Eitzer Hara, they give you free phones. Just take it. Flip phone, I have to buy this phone, to have it activated. Okay, I pay $30 a month to Metro PCS. If I go to Metro PCS, I tell them my phone is broken, as it is. Yes, Rabbi, here, take it. They give you a whole line. Free phones, smartphones. To buy this, I have to pay $85. And what's his name? No, at Metro PCS, I have to pay $110. I get it for $85. This phone online from Amazon. This phone especially has no internet, no internet. It's just, you hear what's going on here? Eitzer Hara come for free. So, Eitzer Hara is a big netiyah.
This should be the cheapest one.
Right? Eitzer Hara is the biggest netiyah. He has, to mislead people, it's all for free. So the Rabbi says here, that's Eitzer Hara. So you have to do anything possible to lure the children back. People don't understand. Some people are upset, this generation, children are getting off, and this. What are we doing wrong? You're not doing anything wrong. Eitzer Hara is very strong. You're not doing anything wrong. Could be nothing. You're doing nothing wrong. But Eitzer Hara is powerful. So what you do, you get your children involved in programs. Yes, they'll pay them money, they'll pay them cash, they'll give them raffles, just to get the kids excited to stay in the Torah, which is going to cost us. I have another program I may came up with. 80 boys could finish the entire. 144 boys could finish the entire Shas Mishnayot in a month. 140, learning one Mishnah a day. All I need is 100. There's 4,197 Mishnayot divided into 144 boys, 145 boys. They learn one Mishnah a day. I have one of our book. I already started on this project. It's a big project. It's, Mishnah translated into English for the boys. We're talking about children under 13. There's a certain language you have to use. The Taka, in reality, there's about out of those 145 boys, there will be 20 boys who will have to be over 14 because of the topic. So the topic in all of the children, teach children. So in 29 days, I can finish a whole Shas Mishnayot every month with this 145 boys. That's all. All they do is they come home, 5 minutes, they open a book, learn a Mishnah a day. English, Hebrew. Hebrew, English. Finished. A whole Shas. You could accomplish so much. So I started to advertising. Somebody calls me up. Rabbi Sofer, how dare you pay the boys for learning Torah? This is the krumkeit. People don't understand the head is so unscrewed. Or another program. 80 boys could finish Sefer Devarim every day by reading 12 psukim a day. Just reading. Same concept as Tehillim. You have 956 psukim in Tehillim, in Sefer Devarim. Every day you have 80 boys, and you give prizes. I designed a program. It cost a lot of money. This program, special program where the children call in a special hotline and they put in their ID, and then I get an email at night. Whoever read, who didn't read. So at Tehillim, we accomplished in 7 months 44,000 Tehillims in 7 months. So how do we do that? We get a number of those numbers who didn't call in. We finish for them, and the Tehillim is finished every day. Again, but the point is, we have to understand the Eitzer Hara is on our heads, and he's grabbing us. You have to come up with any idea to grab people back, any idea possible, and it doesn't matter how much it costs. Now, so we have like this. But we said already, since people they have personal netiyot, even Eliyahu Nabi, you're not allowed to trust. You're in here. We're saying Eliyahu Navi you cannot trust. ואף כי יעמוד הצד מחטא לפעמים, ואפילו יהיה האדם בתכלית הכשרות, לא ינצל מחטא לפעמים. Everyone could stumble. Everyone could stumble. ואף כי יעמוד אדם ימים רבים בדרכי היושר, אינו מן הנמנע להתהפך במחשבתו ולהרשיע. Yochanan Kohen Gadol. Can you imagine? He's right now 120 years old. No, 100 years old. From 20 years old and on, he coming into Bet HaMikdash for 80 years. Into Kodesh Kodashim, Kohen Gadol. After 80 years of going in and coming all out. Alive, Rahman al-Islam, he was convinced by Tzdukim that you'll be surprised today. People don't understand that. If you learn that Tzdukim, they were not Rashaim, they were not evil people. It was a fundamental machloket. Today you have it. People don't even comprehend. What? No, the machloket between Tzdukim and Rabbanan is, Antignos said to them, you don't serve Hashem because of a reward. Meaning, you don't say, let me give to 10,000 people $1, and I'll do 10,000 times the mitzvah and I'll get 10,000 rewards. When there's an ani, there's a poor person standing in front of me who needs the $10,000. You think that Tzdukim are wrong? You think today we're off? If you go to any rov, if you don't learn how to learn Torah properly, today you have big people with rabbis with big beards will tell you, no, 10,000 people to give $1 is better than one person $10,000. And you believe it, people are brainwashed today, they'll have it in their minds. I know multi-billionaires. I had meetings. Sorry, Rabbi, I have to give you $2,500. I can't give you more because another 100 people will come like you. I have to give each 25,000. I say, Habibi, but I'm here now. The halacha is not like you. That's the machloket. That's the fundamental machloket between Antignosh and Tzdukim. Tzdukim said, no, you have to go for a reward. You have to work Hashem in order to get more, the better. You get 10,000 people give tzedakah, and instead of one. And Rabbi Antignosh said, no, chas v'shamo olom. You're not allowed to worry about reward the next year, from Hashem. You have to worry what you have now. You have a poor person in front of you now. Give him all the money, as the halacha says. And that's where the mistake is. The fundamental. Today it's happening, not 2,000 years ago. So Rabbi Yochanan bought into this concept. Rabbi Yochanan Kohen Gadol, he bought into this concept. No, work. It's better to give 10,000 people than one person. And that's where it started. You see how in the one twitch, there's nothing wrong. Yeah, it's a noble thing. I mean, mitzvah doraita 10,000 times. Right? Even the kavanah tovah.
From the Mishnah.
The what?
How do you extrapolate that from the Mishnah?
Right, because the whole point is I'm worried about price now. He's saying don't worry about the price. Antignosh says don't worry about price. Work right now. Work right now. Right now, this is what needs to be done. One person, $10,000. No chokhmot.
I thought it meant like kabel pras from Hashem.
That's why he's working. Why are people going to give 10,000 aniyim better than one? Because each one, the mitzvah doraita. So it's 10,000 times. I was mekayem mitzvah doraita. You see the concept? And I think this was very much against that. That's.
I have a book of halachot for tzedakah, and it's mentioning like that. So right now you have to keep.
Yeah.
I thought he understood it wrong. He understood him saying. He understood his rabbi saying that even if you do mitzvah, you're not going to get reward.
It's one pshat, but it's not the right pshat. The pshat over there, because how you have, by the way, 95% of the Jews were on their side. You understand what was happening there? They made a Yom Tov because the Rabbanan one time defeated the Tzdukim in the Machloket. Made a Yom Tov. You know what means Yom Tov? The sages decreed a Yom Tov on the 8th of Nisan because we defeated in argument against the Tzdukim. What's so special? Because 95% of the whole nation was on their side. No, we have to run and give tzedakah to 10,000 people instead of one.
Didn't they also say
No, that's Karaim. That's different people. A different cult. Different cult. We call it a cult. Anyway, but again, so since we have this concept of people could go around ways from the Torah, we don't trust one ed ever. Okay, there's a lot of laws in that, what happens to Dayan, the Dayanim who listen. Obviously over there, if Chas v'Shalom, there was the only time the Gemara actually mentions Rabbi Yehuda, Rabbi Shimon ben Shetach said to Rabbi Yehuda who was also Tana, who actually killed Ed Echad, which we're going to be discussing. It's also related to mitzvah number 524, which we know that the Eid Zomimim, we have false witnesses. False witnesses, there's a mitzvah to punish the false witnesses, meaning two witnesses will come and say, Reuven misbechalel Shabbat. And we find out later that they said, whatever they said was false because they were somewhere else. Somebody comes and says, how can you say Reuven misbechalel Shabbat when you were with us in Muncie? How is it possible that you saw him doing Chilul Shabbat in Hollywood, Florida on Shabbat, when you were with us with Muncie on that Shabbat? Two witnesses came. Now the halacha is medoraita, we have to go and punish them, as it says in the Torah, v'asitem lo kasher zamam lasot la'achim. You have to do to them as much as they try to inflict the other. So whatever the punishment was. So there was one time, one witness came in front of the Beit Din of Yehuda, and there was a whole big machloket in tzdukim. The tzdukim were all still prevalent in that time, and their machloket was that do we listen? In order to take out from the tzdukim argument, he killed this one person who came to testify that Reuven Mechalel Shabbat. And really, this person was in Muncie, where he said this person was Mechalel Shabbat in Hollywood, Florida, on that same Shabbat. So Rabbi Yehuda, which is impossible to travel unless he himself is Mechalel Shabbat. And witnesses, I have to be kashor people. So in that case, what happened was Rabbi Yehuda, in order to stop the tzdukim, it was a shat, horat hashah. That we know that Rabbanim sometimes could do horat hashah and do something harsh, and he killed this witness. So Rab Shimon ben Shetach sent him a letter and told him, "Why, Rabbi Yehuda, you deserve nidui, you deserve to be excommunicated. How dare you kill one witness? The Torah tells you not allowed to. Not allowed to. Here, not allowed to. There's nothing could be done with one witness. If it happened that one witness wants to come and give a testimony and give away because we have halacha.
Witness on any issue or not?
Yeah, any issue. Not one any issue. Money. No. What happens like this? If one witness comes and says, "I know David borrowed money from Reuven," and David is lying, and he says, "I saw him," and he says, and they test him, it's right, no problem. In that case, the Beit Din still doesn't have a right to take money from Reuven to give to David. They have a right to force Reuven to make a shavuah, to take the Sefer Torah out and to swear in the Sefer Torah. That's what the Beit Din has a right to. But they cannot take money from Reuven on the testimony of David. They could take money only if Reuven rejects to do a shavuah. But if he does shavuah, what are you going to do about it? Yeah?
Nowadays, there's women that they say that a guy raped them, and that never happened. And then the courts, sometimes side with them. But now, there was one case where the court, they saw the lady was lying, and then the guy wanted to reverse sue the lady because she's making a false accusation.
What they do outside. First of all, in the Torah concept, there is no such a thing as a man raping his wife. There is no such a thing. It's all we can't learn nothing from the goyim. The goyim are totally whacked in their heads.
No, but I started thinking.
A wife lures her husband to the bed and then calls the police. He raped me. What's the proof? Yeah, he raped me. You see, around the test they have his zay inside. Oh, finished. The whole thing is not case. I know many cases like this.
No, but these people are in jail for for
100%. I had a guy.
Naturally, people weren't gonna believe the lady. No?
Yeah,
No. Bezrat Hashem, who's by you? You're gonna have children. Don't be cheap on tuition. I have a story about tuition. I had a student. Quickly, just finish up the. Just finish. I had a student. He was 50 something. This was 20 years ago, 23 years ago. He's 50 something. He had a child already, 17 years old. Now, 17 years ago. So I've been talking to you, 2001, the mice. So in 1984, he had a boy. 1982, 83. So he came, Brit Milah, everybody. So he comes to the rabbi. The rabbi tells him, "Habibi, you have to send your child to the yeshiva." That was the Chazara B'Tshuvah movement. Everybody came in the 80s. Let's go to yeshiva. So how much are you going to charge me in the yeshiva? In 1980s, he was going to pay $400 a month. They told him $400 a month. What are you talking about? I'm not paying. Okay, send his kid to free public school. Yeah, public school for free. Okay, no problem. At the age of 5, he started going to public school. At the age, what Jonathan was saying, at the age of 17, he had to get tutored because math SAT is very hard. So who did he get a tutor? A college girl, 21-year-old girl, a blondie, coming to teach him, to educate, to help him with SATs. Okay, and they got friendly too much, unfortunately. She calls the police. He raped me. Okay. The police come. It took him. Listen to this. He saved for 12 years out of school, right? Public yeshiva. He saved. What? How much already he saved? He saved $60,000, right? About. Let's say. In 3 months, he told me he spent $70,000 to get a good attorney to fight a case. Why did she do this? She come to tutor him. The mansion was worth about $3.5 million. You see, beautiful in Forest Hills, beautiful houses. You know those. $3.5 million. That's where the guy lived. He saved $60,000 in tuition for the next 12 years for his kids to go to public school. And in the end, in 3 months, he paid $70,000. I said, "You're a good businessman." Haram. You can't trust these people.
It can happen.
Huh? Yeah. Shei Berachim Aleinu. Okay, so now he says like this. Everybody knows what's the purpose of this mitzvah. The purpose of the mitzvah is that we want to punish the edim to prevent them from coming and falsely testifying. Because the whole world cannot exist. The world cannot exist if you have this kind of frivolity. People are not afraid, just do whatever they want. They say whatever they want. They come to a Beit Din, they say whatever they want. חס ושלום. ובדין הראוי לדון בדיני קנסות שלא עשה לעדים זוממים כאשר צלמו, לעשות לאחיהם ביטל עשה זה. Beit Din has to enact this punishment. Whatever they tried to inflict the Jew, another Jew with, the Beit Din has to punish them with it. And if they didn't, חס ושלום, they transgress the mitzvot aseh deoraita 524, and Hashem rachayv aleinu b'ezrat Hashem. Have a wonderful Shabbat. If you have to do money, make it without any headaches. Have a wonderful Shabbat.